Hello. So it's been mentioned a couple of things about lights. So I'm quickly going to just set up this scene ready to do a very quick lighting tutorial. This will be a much shorter one. So first of all, I'm going to quickly turn off all background lights completely. I don't need any of that. I'm going to delete this light, then delete this camera. I'm going to keep this cube. I'm just going to move it up a bit. I'm going to add in on the center just a plane, just to catch the shadows. Cool. So we've got our little cube here, and this is what we're going to use to create shadows. Doesn't really matter where it is, but we're going to test out a couple of different lights. So I'm going to quickly go into rendered view. As you can see, it's very dark. That's the point. But what we're going to first try, we're going to go into light, and I'm going to add in a sun lamp. Now, there are a couple of things that are special about the sun lamp compared to the others. So first of all, you'll notice at the moment this line is going directly downwards, and you'll notice this shadow is directly below. Now wherever I move this sun lamp to, it stays the same. Even if I move the sun lamp underneath our cube, it's still casting a shadow there. It's lit up on the top and not on the bottom. The reason for that is because the sun lamp is infinitely far away. So the sun lamp does not originate from the actual lamp source. The sun lamp automatically originates from space. So it's infinitely far away. So if I wanted to get a slight angle to this, I'd have to actually rotate it. And as you can see, as I do that, the shadow does change. Again, doesn't matter where I place this sun lamp, it's infinitely far away, and it travels along that line. So if I actually position myself here, you'll notice that it's traveling along that line. And that's why we get the shadow there. So and then I can obviously do it here. So I'm using Eevee for this because Eevee is just quicker to show you. However, it works exactly the same in Cycles. You'll just get much crisper lines. Yep. But then obviously you get the issue where it's rendering time, so I'm going to switch back to Eevee just for the ease of showing you. But it is the same, it's just you get jagged edges on this. Brilliant. So that's how the sun lamp works. You can actually use this little pointer here, so you can position it however you like, and all that'll do is it'll point the light at wherever you hold that pointer. And that can be very useful. But that's all with the sun lamp. Back to darkness. Next up, we will add in, we'll try an area lamp. Now an area lamp, unlike the sun lamp, actually does require light. So the default area lamp is very, very dark, so I'm actually going to have to size it up. Now with an area lamp, it originates from the source. I am actually going to have to switch to Cycles for this because the Eevee does not handle area lamps very well, but Cycles handles it perfectly. Now, the advantage of area lamps is, unlike the other lamps, the size matters a lot more. So, when you have a look at this, currently what we've got is a relatively small area lamp, and if I size this down by scaling it and make it very small, you'll notice these shadows get a bit harder. That's because imagine light shining from every single pixel on this area lamp is all shining at once. So we get relatively harsh shadows, though it's still nice and smooth at the top, but then if I scale it up, the shadows get much lighter. The reason for this, in fact, it's so big now that the shadow is almost non-existent. You can still slightly see it, but it's light shining from everywhere. Light shining from here is able to hit that. So as I scale it down, the shadow will get harder, and if I go about there, you notice it's very soft now. So this little spot here, if we actually position, like there is no way to position here. I'm actually going to quickly blur my view. Clip start. As you can see, no matter how we sort of position here, some parts of this light can still make it past the cube. So as long as any part of this is visible, then there's going to be light shining on it. which is why the shadow is not particularly hard. But then if I scale it right down, it gets harder. We're now able to position where there's no light seeing it, so you get this harder dark. Nice and simple with that one. Next up is the spotlight, which does have some similar properties to it. That's a sun. That one's spotlight. Again, with the spotlight, it starts very weak. Power it up. I actually want it way stronger than I need it to be, just for the sake of showing this, but you can very easily see how the spotlight works. Again, it's got one of these little dots allowing you to adjust the way it shines. And if I shine this just over there, again, you get quite hard shadows with the spotlight. So you've actually got this V shape from the bottom because it actually originates from a very small point and spreads out. Brilliant. And finally, we'll go on to the point lamp. So let's go light, point. And the point lamp, as you can kind of see, again, we're going to power it up, fires light in all directions. So it is a hard light, so you do get hard shadows, but it fires it in a 360 degree around it. So if I place it underneath, it will shine light both on the floor here and on the roof there. And as you can see, it makes a dome around it. Also means that the closer you have it to the floor, the more it will shine out. But yeah, it's very useful light for certain situations, as all of them are. So, as I mentioned, this was a short video, so thank you very much for watching, and I hope it was helpful.